drugs are fucking fun, pal. Factor that fucking in to your drug fucking offensive type health fucking warning. There ain't a lot that's fun, pal. Old age and school and dreams of a life that will never be. Sexless nights, wasted schemes. Your horizon still receding, speeding hope that's fruitless. Sudden cliff and skidding, then descent to twisted rest.
Sacred temple of the Emperor Buddha, serene and total peace.
They're not fun.
Like a bougie posh bar, I'm like a soft one. Like screaming about deathmatches to Japan and stuff like that. No, we'll do this on my 3 month, no, we'll do this on my 3 month time.
Is that where you guys? Do you guys normally just do like you'd like sit there and just try and do like booking and stuff for Rise when you're sitting in here?
So, we used to do it a lot, like just meeting up and getting hammered, and just our best ever stuff came on with hammered. But like Chapman hasn't drank in like a year.
Yeah, no, he's been off it, isn't he?
So like we have these weird like booking calls where like we'll do this, we'll do that. But like I like try to like I help out with stuff and I give ideas and implants and stuff like that. But like at the moment I'm just trying to get what I can and do whatever I can. So like
Yeah.
you know, Rise is always going to be my priority, but I just want to get everywhere, you know.
Well, it's certainly like now it's kind of like looking like things are going to be like going up because there's like shows every month because there's that like PPW place and shit. And
and just I can't give too much away, but just on the phone call we had today, there's like a lot of really good stuff coming up.
Oh, so, yeah. Like, I'm going to try my best to try and get down to the December one for the BTT Big Christmas Bash thing. So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Because that's a play on like, we did Big Joe's Christmas Bash a couple of years ago. This like super cool venue. It was called like Sheep Street. It was like this cool little hipster venue, just on the outskirts of Leeds, and it was sick as fuck. It's one of the first games of Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Well, we got barred for life from that venue after the first game's death. Like, literally not even allowed to go there for anything. I can't go there for a drink. No one that was at that show can go there for a drink.
Was
if you're in the crowd.
Was it just because no one said anything? Just fuck it, go for it.
A mixture of a lot of things. So the locker room in that venue was an old office block where people used offices and rented offices buildings and stuff. And there was just people coming, sitting at people's desks, bleeding all over the place and stuff like that. Like, it was madness. But
it was a good show.
The first game's there. You seen it, right?
Yeah, I done like a fucking music video thing, and I put like 5 or 6 Goldie Looking Chain like songs in the background.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
I watched that the other day. I had no idea that was you.
I made it because that was the first, because I'll like edit things out or add things in or whatever to the thingy. The first like Rise thing I saw was either that or it was when Joe was in TOD against Cass. I didn't even realise there was fucking deathmatch wrestling in England. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of like hidden away.
It's been there on the underbelly for years, and then when Rise, there's one match, and I guess if you ask me, Big Joe and Darko will also the same thing. There was one match at Art Studios. We all got booked in a hardcore match because there was nothing really for us to do, and we just went balls out with like light tubes and skewers and all this shit. And this is before everyone was doing light tubes and skewers. Now you'll see them on fucking family shows probably.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And since then, it's been fucking balls.
That was my introduction, was Joe being in that TOD, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, there's stuff in England.
Was that the one where you wrestled with Cass?
Cass, in the first round, and then I went to TNT's DOA where Ricky Shane Page and shit was there, but that wasn't really like a deathmatch tournament, so to speak.
I was supposed to be in the first DOA, but then I got cancelled by last second.
DOA's alright. This year's DOA was okay, and next year's they've got 2 deathmatch tournaments as well.
Nothing against it, man. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, it's cool shit. Like, it's good that it's exposure. My main worry is that the market doesn't get oversaturated by it. You know,
exactly.
Deathmatch is special. Had it carry in Japan, it means end of the world. Deathmatch, it means deathmatch. You know,
exactly.
Mean, like, second match on the card, it means deathmatch. You know, so
but
That's what it is.
What's I gonna say? Yeah.
They seem to be doing good. So that Ricky's really cool, you know.
Yeah, Ricky's alright. I mean, him and Janelle are over in DDT just now, wrestling and shit and fucking.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, George Janelle's really good. Like George Janelle's like the embodiment of the things I love about wrestling, like mid 2000s indie, like fucking kill yourself bullshit. Like saying that, I love everything about wrestling. Like we could have a podcast just me sitting talking about my epiphanies about all-star wrestling. How good I think all-star wrestling is. We can sit and talk lucha libre. I think it's really cool how the maestros. Or we can sit and talk about Grasso. We can sit and talk about anything.
Hell yeah, man. Okay, well, whenever you want to start, I've got like basic questions and shit, but I'll just try and do it the same as I've done the other ones.
Start whenever you start, man. Start whenever you start.
So, the first one I always ask anybody was, what was your introduction to deathmatch wrestling? Basic, normal shit question, just to try and get things going as well to start.
It's a very good question. So me, like, as a kid, I loved wrestling, like, super loved it. I think I got my first ever wrestling tape when I was, like, no exaggeration, like 2 or 3 years old. It's King of the Ring 1992.
Okay.
And so I was born in 91, so it was, like, they came out, like, a year or so after that. It was one of my Yokers and go. I remember being around, like, my grandma's house, like, barely able to talk but seeing that.
Yeah.
So since then, it was like, and it was super hard to get wrestling then. Like, it wasn't like now, like, you could walk down the street and see someone in a wrestling t-shirt. It was like quite a neat thing. So, like, I mean, we just all wrestling I could. And then eventually it gets to the point where, you know, you get Sky TV and you're watching Raw as well and stuff. And then you get to a teenage and you sort of fall out with wrestling.
You start,
so the attitude in school is fun. You fall out with, you're interested in music and girls. And
yep, exactly. Same with me.
But, like, I used to always be in these weird bands and shit, like these weird little punk rock bands and stuff. And then you'd go into WH Smith's and you'd see Power Slam or what was it called at the time? World of Wrestling?
Yeah.
You'd see that. I remember getting one where it had it was on about CZW. And you know, you'd heard about Mick Foley and the King of Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen Royal Rumble 2000, what they were talking about and stuff. And my granddad, he was like my biggest guy in my life. Like, when I was a kid, he'd ordered me stuff from Wrestling Superstores in America.
Okay.
And I had this catalogue, and they used to send them every autumn. They used to just get sent these catalogues.
Yeah.
When we're getting one, it had like this full CZW VHS thing.
Oh god,
in the background. So I used to order all these CZW DVDs, and since then, like, it was like Nick Mondo and you know, all these guys.
They go.
Well, not even that. They had the FMW VHSs as well. It was like high deuce and stuff. But at the time as well, you could buy ECW DVDs and HMV.
Well,
so it was like Sabu, like fucking Sabu. Sabu's my favorite wrestler. Like, there we go.
Mine too.
No, Sabu is my white world. Ask Daniel Dogby how many times I've tried to get Sabu into. It almost happened once. It was this close to happening once. Like, I need to wrestle Sabu. Like, all that would happen, like, I just walk around and
get hit with chairs and shit. Yeah.
Whatever you want, just Sabu. Yeah, yes.
That was
mine's Michael Caden 187, like New Jack.
Yeah, man. Oh.
So, the best. Like, Sabu's my white world. He's generally my white world. Like, I'd fucking die to wrestle Sabu, and it wouldn't be Born to be White in '96 or something like that. It would be Sabu carving my arm over, Sabu doing that. It would be me versus Sabu, and that would be fun.
That'd be it, yeah, man. It'd be awesome. It'd be an awesome thing. I mean, he still does some stuff.
Does he?
He appears. He does appearances and stuff. He was at one of the last XPW shows.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But I don't think he wrestles.
Well, I guess his girlfriend died and shit like that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
So much to wrestling, man. Like, he's like truly like the unsung hero of wrestling. Like, him and Terry Funk. Like, even though everyone loves Terry Funk, but Terry Funk's very like a wrestler's wrestler. If you love wrestling, you appreciate and love Terry Funk. If you're in the business, you appreciate even more what he does. But just for your Joe Blow fucking GCW fan, like, oh yeah, Terry Funk's cool, but if you watch Terry Funk, like, he's the best. He's the fucking best.
I know, man. But it's fucking that's I mean, this will tie into this as well. So I've asked everybody this as well. I asked Joe this. I asked Darko. I've done a few that I've not even edited yet. Like a couple other people. It's Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and then your Mount Rushmore of deathmatch wrestling after that. If you had to pick four people.
So this is such a loaded question.
Yeah, I know.
Because to me, wrestling is completely subjective.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Wrestling is so subjective. It depends on mood, it depends on circumstance, it depends on everything. Like, Mount Rushmore Wrestling, who's made the most? The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, because the best wrestler, Roman Reigns, the best wrestler in the world. Who's to say he's not the best wrestler in the world? He fucking is. If Roman Reigns was an independent, there'd be no independent. Look how good he is. That's why he is.
Exactly.
Incredible. John Cena, you what? Can you imagine John Cena doing Ring of Honor show? There'd be no Ring of Honor. Like, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, but like your favourites though, your favourites, like personal favourites.
Personal favourites to watch. Deathmatch wrestling wise, Jinx Sai.
Yeah.
Just because of the aura of Jinx Sai. Nick Mondo.
Yep.
Because of the same thing. There's probably going to be more than 4, but I'll just list a bunch.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
If Mount Rushmore's 18 people, then the world
That's cool, yeah, exactly.
Nick Mondo, like I said, who else is really cool? Personally, I wasn't super into White Beaker, but I liked the fact he existed.
Yeah.
Same as Zandig, I wasn't super into his matches, but the iconography all left behind is amazing. Drake Younger, I just watched him versus Schlock.
Oh, that was easy. When I watched that live, I was drinking and I had like all 3 shows on because the GCW, XPW, and ICW fucking all running at the same time. And I was going in between them all. It was like when people used to watch fucking like Nitro and Raw at the same time. I was skipping through all these shows. And I was like, fuck. I mean, I watched Joe's match. I watched a couple of matches full. I watched Joe against Murdoch. I watched main event of that show. And then I watched Schlack against Drake Younger. And that was one of the best matches that night. It was fucking amazing. It was really good.
Best match of the weekend. If that match would have happened at a GCW show, it would be the top of the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It was insane. It was so good.
It's probably one of the best death matches happened in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Without question. And I don't know anything about politics. Trust me, I can go deep in conversations about wrestling. But if you ask me what's going on in the world outside of that about politics, I don't care.
No, yeah, me either.
I'm not going to be able to change it. I've never voted in my life. Never done anything like that. Because why fucking do it? I don't care. The world's fucked.
Yeah.
Millions of other people die. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't know. Whatever Drake Younger's personal preference is, well, that's his personal preference.
Yeah.
What he presented that night was fucking incredible.
It was awesome.
And he's been incredible for years. And the fact he's so good is because he's been to the show, he's been to WWF, and he's learned how to do that. It was fucking amazing. Like I say, if that match didn't happen in XPW, if that match happened at GCW or ICW, or one of these hot indie promotions that's like not that we were talking about, it would have been the top of the internet.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing, and it should be appreciated for this fucking amazing spectacle it was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about his politics. I mean, when I was young, when I was like 16 and shit, I got into all that conspiracy theory bullshit and everything when I was really, really young.
Well,
and I was.
You need to have a podcast with Danny or Duffy.
Yeah, but I mean, like when I was
on the phone, he said he'd do one of these podcasts.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'd love to do that.
You talk very little about wrestling.
But I mean, like when I was that young, like when I was that young, like I was really, really into it and everything. I was like, fuck the government, fuck this and fuck that and everything. But then when I got slightly older, and when you discover like your actual own interests and you discover drinking and shit, you're like, me caring about it affects it as much as me not caring about it. So who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
I believe the ideology of anarchy.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, do what you want. Like, not as in, like, let's go break a window just because it's punk rock. I believe in, like, everyone's cool. Like, you believe that, that's cool, that's anarchy, that's, like, everyone has their own beliefs and you just follow them. You follow your own path and you do what you want to do. That's why I'm sat here in a bar covered in scars talking to you on the podcast while everyone else is looking like a weirdo.
Exactly.
That's life, you know?
No, 100%, man.
That match was great. That match is great. So getting back to Mount Rushmore stuff, deathmatch wrestlers. What do you define as a deathmatch wrestler? That's what we have to consider. Because is Practice Jack considered a deathmatch wrestler, even though he's king of the death matches? But is he not on the Mount Rushmore of best wrestlers? But is he a deathmatch wrestler? Same with Terry Funk. Because arguably they are on the Mount Rushmore of deathmatch wrestlers.
Yeah, that's true.
But are they deathmatch? Or like, is this so many lines great? But then there's guys that only do this thing. Like Matt Tremont is 100% on that list.
And he's coming over. And he's coming over here.
Yeah, sure
I'm so excited, man. It'll be fucking awesome.
I'd say he's killing it right now. Fucking Drew Parker.
Yeah.
Fucking killing it.
He was just against Chikara like yesterday. I've not seen that match yet. I've not seen it yet.
He's killing as well. Like, there's so many good guys. don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people I've done that have been the shits. I'm a big IWA myself fan, and there's some,
I'll get him to speak. I'll get him to speak to me about that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
some of that I like though. Some of that I like when people are like, yeah, it's just like.
I love terrible wrestling.
Yeah, me too.
But I can watch John Rio tapes all day.
Yeah.
I speak to John. I spoke to John.
Yeah.
Danny Havoc, 100%. Who else? There's so many to even come up. But as far as wrestling, how do you define wrestling? We can sit and talk about Johnny Sage.
Yeah.
Chris Hero is one of the best wrestlers of all time. Just because you can't see through his shape. Low King, how good's Low King? Amazing Red. Rey Mysterio, and then you talk about all these great luchadors, and then you have to think back to all
There's so much.
So subjective.
Do you watch Regal's podcast? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's so good hearing him talk about Johnny Saint and Finlay and shit like that. It's really good.
I could sit and watch that all day.
Yeah, me too, man.
Robbie Brookside is one of my the other day I watched. It's on. I think it's on IWTV. You'll have to root through to find it, but it's one of the early tours Chikara did in Germany, and it was Robbie Brookside and Mr. Smooth. His name escaped me. I'm gonna hate the fact his name escaped me because he's like the best wrestler of all time. Mr. Smooth. Come to me, Johnny Cage.
Okay.
Johnny Cage and Robbie Brookside versus two German guys, and Robbie Brookside coming out in Germany, this punk rock song. And everyone WXW pumping the fist, mosh pitting to Robbie Brookside coming out in 2005 is singly the best thing I've ever seen last time.
That's amazing.
That's life.
I'll need to find that.
I'll find out what the show is and watch it because couldn't fucking. Cause what is wrestling? What is wrestling? Is wrestling this or is it this?
It's like what you're saying. It's completely subjective for me, a lot of my favourite wrestlers are people like Beef Wellington and things like that, where it's like,
He's the guy with the arse punch, right?
Yeah, he's fucking hysterical, funny promos. Yeah, I mean IWS.
I love IWS from Canada.
Yeah, me too.
So currently in my spare room at the moment, no exaggeration, there's 700 independent wrestling DVDs.
Oh wait, I've got three. I found them Matic. Wait, I've got 2 sec. I found these Matic. I sent them to Danny Douglas. I don't know if you have them or if somebody has them. You'll probably have got these. I found these Amatic from fucking years ago and I don't even know where they are.
Just today alone, I bought 20, this morning, today alone, I bought 28 British wrestling DVDs from 2002.
Oh, for
spent 70 quid on them.
where did you get them from? Just tape trading?
I bought them off Fan Kirby.
Oh, okay. These are the only ones I found. They're old CCW ones. You probably got them anyway. So it's Tangleweb 2. The one where DJ Hyde took over. Yeah. Total Havoc.
What was Tangleweb 2?
Tangleweb.
The second one I definitely know is Jack versus
Havoc
Danny.
in the main event.
So they did that documentary about it, right?
Yeah.
There was that documentary about it,
Tangleweb 2 is the one where DJ buys CCW from Zandig.
Right.
That's the first one of that.
I can't.
I just found these. What else have I got? I've got Decision 08.
What promotion's that?
CZW is. The main event was Necro Butcher, Brain Damage, Danny Havoc and Drake Younger. It was during the 2008 election thing. And I think...
Like a match I would not want to be a part
and
of.
I think in the
it sounds great, but it sounds like you wouldn't be cool after.
The opening match, and I think I might be right, is Joe Gacy, Alex Colon and Adam Cole's first ever CZW match in the opening round in a 6-1 thing.
Yeah, the all from the academy, yeah.
Yeah, for all that shit.
When I was with Alex the other week, that was the other month.
I'll go to talk about that.
Probably 6 months ago, it was probably that time ago.
Yeah.
I was speaking about the Nellie days of CZW, Trent Acid's one of my favourite ever wrestlers and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, man. And then I got Eye for an Eye was the last one.
Is that where it's Brain Damage and Zandig?
Brain Damage and Gage, and then they're stabbing each other. The main event's Sammy Callahan and Moxley against Brain Damage and Drake Younger.
Amazing.
So, I found them Amatic.
So Daniel O'Doherty is my best friend. I love him to pieces. He doesn't know anything about this side of wrestling. He's the best booker in the world, but he knows nothing about the side of wrestling. His incidental favourite ever wrestler just from 50 series brain damage. He was like, yeah, like, whenever you get hammered, he'd just be like, brain damage, right? And just running out and quoting brain damage.
Brain damage was my main memory of brain damage was.
Man, like that's what wrestling should be.
Yeah.
You create this thing that you believe will get. If brain damage walks in this bar right now, I go, what the fuck?
I know,
you know
I know.
It's what wrestling should be. It's what was in the turkeys. You pay money to see these large and like characters.
Yeah.
Brain damage was one of them.
When that match where Danny Havoc hit him in the head with a chair about 11 times full force.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And you're like, holy shit, yeah, that to me is wrestling. Like, I love fucking unprotected chair. Obviously, a lot of people absolutely hate that sort of shit, but not for me.
That would give me a horrendous concussion in Derby of an unprotected chair. It was my fault. No, Germany was my fault.
What was it going? The only thing I was going to talk about Rise, because I mean, for me, there's like so many different fucking like matches and shit. Like when I was at the Rise or Die show, when Haxton Suxley came out at the end, like that was my first experience of actually seeing him. Like because I'd never got into Rise before, when obviously he was like champion and stuff, and then he left and went to NXT UK and everything. I'd never seen him before, and then he came out and I was like, holy fuck! And then now I've went back and watched him, so there's like all these different people who've been in Rise that are like,
name for name, like
yeah, exactly.
Who's in the show right now? What's called Duker.
Yeah.
She did all the early Rise. She was Kelly Ray did all the
Kelly Ray as well, yeah.
All them guys like. Saxon is one of my best friends. Speak to him every day. I don't speak to him conversation-wise. We just send each other weird wrestling cuts and videos. But every day, without a shadow of a doubt, we're sending each other like a weird, like 70s wrestling clips. He's the best.
Well, I seen him there, and I was like, holy shit! And all the crowd went fucking mental, and I was like, I recognise him. But I'd never seen him before. But fucking, what was I going to say?
Yeah, that was at the barbed wire match, right?
Yeah, that was it. I was going to say how your tongue for that fucking syringe spot was fucking sick.
Yeah, it was. It was sick.
I did fucking enjoy that match. I'm going to get that T-shirt as well.
I think I don't know if you can see it on video. I have like a huge like scar.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I have like no feeling in this.
Oh god, yeah.
You know, like generally I like.
Was it tubes?
Any feeling in the top of my finger. That was the barbed wire.
It was the barbed wire.
Every time barbed wire always fucks me. Like always fucks me. I slipped my wrist on barbed wire against Big Joe and like Spook Slam 2. Like I've lost barbed wire is. I think it's like underplayed how like painful and dangerous it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking so like there's no way of working it. There's no way around it. It's incredibly dangerous and painful. And every time I've ever done, like you go in like, oh, dude, it's fine, you'll be alright, and then you're just not. Like you're just not. You end up. But it's
because I remember seeing that I during that match. I was at the other side when you went through, but I saw like the video afterwards. And it's like you and Danny Douglas are standing there, and your fingers total fucked and bleeding, and like you're getting tape put on and everything. And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, it was scary." Like,
yeah, telling me.
But yeah, I mean, first I was gonna go through like the tournaments because I would say that for the shows I've been to for Rise thus far, the first one I went to was the Outlaw tournament. Yeah, the Outlaw Cup. The Outlaw Cup. I keep saying that because they fucking changed the name of it and they made it a tournament.
Yeah, I hate the fact.
Yeah, because every time I say it now, I say the fucking wrong name.
It should be the Outlaw Cup.
It should be the Outlaw Cup. But anyway, what I was going to say, for the first show in that Chief Street for Games of Death 1, I do remember seeing that as you against like Darwin in the first round, which I thought was fucking good as well. And you were like the Rise.
It was me versus Lou at Outlaw.
No, I'm saying the Games of Death 1. I was going to go all the way back.
Oh god, sorry, I thought you said.
No.
Yeah. So the thing about that is, right, I think it was maybe a month before, me and Darwin had a match, and I think both of us would agree it wasn't the greatest match. We did a lot of shit, I got set on fire, but it wasn't fun. And what made it worse was like, it wasn't like a table or anything. What Darwin's on fire got me through was like a better carpet strips, and I hated carpet strips.
Was that the one that was outside?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Carpet just rips you to pub. And people don't know what they are.
No.
People don't know what they are. Rise is very good at drawing a casual crowd. And that's why the atmosphere is so amazing, because people just want to get pissed and just fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, everything. And They don't know what these things are. There's probably 2 people I knew up there. Then you set them on fire and I go to them, my God. Yeah, they're so painful. Carbon strips feel exactly how they look. Little fucking nails. But I think we can both agree, if you ever get the chance to do one of these with Darwin,
I would love to do that. I wouldn't go any. I'd said that to Joe. I said that to Joe. I said that to Darko as well. In my time of watching Rise and everything, I'd say that Darwin stands out as my favourite wrestler in the UK. I think he's promo wise and everything. I think he's hysterical.
I'm going down, man. Like, you're very right in your opinion.
He's fucking funny.
Everything the Good Doctor presents by himself is the Good Doctor.
It's great. Like, it's really it's funny. It's really funny that I'd love to do one. I've only ever spoken to him a couple of times, like out with like a wrestling show or stuff. Yeah, he's fucking brilliant. But that first match was you and him, and you were like the Rise Hardcore champion as well.
So we had this match maybe a month before, and it wasn't the greatest match, just because of the circumstance and whatever it was. But then I think we redeemed ourselves with that match. Yeah,
it was good.
We just went out and it was like, it wasn't my favourite ever match, but it was my favourite match I've had with him. And it was good. It was a good. Because what I try to do, and I'm not one of these people that will sit and break kayfabe, because I was trained by better people to do that.
Yeah.
I have very strong beliefs in pro wrestling, and I believe that not everyone should know the inner workings and stuff. I've been quite firm about that. But I've had a lot of bees and I have a lot of concussions.
It's okay.
But that match we did have that night, I feel was the best one we had, and I think it's the match that we both came away at. Oh, this is the point I was getting to. And I think it was the right match for that point in the tournament. I think we maybe second match in.
I think so, yeah.
So if me and him would have went out and broke every bit of glass in the building and jumped up a battle queen, did everything, and did all we could have done together, then what's the match next to us going to do, and what's the match going to do?
It's meant to be a build-up. It's a build-up for tournaments.
Right, okay. You go see your gig, right? You go see your favourite band. If they play your 3 favourite songs straight away, then what are you staying for the rest of the week for?
Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. And then second round, you fought Casanova, who's another one of my favourites as well. Who's
I'm very good friends with Cass.
Yeah, Cass is awesome.
Well, I'm not one to pull the curtain back to Cass had never wrestled more than one match in a night. Only had to do 3 that night.
Okay.
So I pretty much said to him, look, we'll
do the drinking gimmick.
Yeah, we'll make it so you don't have to do too much. Which was, and every time I speak, I owe you one, brother. I owe you one. I'm sorry, but again, my one regret is we didn't do one big thing.
Yeah.
If you watch that match, when we were sitting around, the crowd were on fire. I wish we could have done maybe one big thing. It was my call not to do it, so who's to say?
That's fair enough. And then I think
I love Casanova. That was not going to
he's brilliant, man. He's really fucking good. And then
I'm looking forward to hanging out with him when it comes over.
Oh man, I'm going to talk about that. I might just talk about that just now, actually. For the fucking Rise shows in February, man. I the weekend, fucking full weekend, I'll be there anyway. My intention is fucking. I've spoke to Danny Douglas anyway. I'm probably either gonna get 5 or 6 panes of glass made by glazers, thin enough for.
You're not talking to the right person, but I don't know the difference between T2s.
Oh no! I mean, so basically, if you're gonna get the shower doors that they brought in, I brought a shower door in for Iceman, at the end of Games of Death.
He killed himself on, right?
Aye, I said that to him afterwards. I was like, sorry, I didn't mean that. I don't think it was so much that. I smoked him after that, but I'm gonna get ones that are slightly a bit thinner, so they're actually fucking panes of glass.
Oh, fuck it.
So I'm gonna try and get something built for that because I think Eric Ryan wants to use a lot of panes of glass in general.
I love to wrestle Eric Ryan. If I had to put a Bagsy on anyone, it would be Eric Ryan.
I would try and fantasy book those shows so much, man. But
what would you fancy book? Who would you have me wrestle on shows?
In the pit.
Any of them? There's fucking 4 shows.
There's 4 shows. So I would say for the pit, with the first one on the Friday, I would want to see you against Cruel. I think that would be just because it'd be in a cage thing.
Would be very good at
And then I would say I want to see the Outlaws in some sort of tag match thing. You, Darko, and Joe against.
Did GCW do ICW do tag matches?
They sometimes do tag matches. They sometimes do some tag matches, but very rarely. But I think that'd be alright. Who else would I have? I would want to see you against Eric Ryan, as well.
Yeah, I'd love to wrestle like that.
And then you against Tremont.
Yeah,
and then honestly, there's so, and then there's obviously Akira's over as well. But it's like the.
I'd love to wrestle Akira. I'd love to wrestle Johnny Storm.
Yeah, that's another thing I forgot. It was like they just announced that. It was like you guys are whatever. Yeah.
Ever match is
Fleisch
from CZW.
Fleisch against Storm. Yeah.
That's the best of them two. Favorite ever match.
And I remember it was.
Might not be. What was that?
I remember that in like 2000 and it was 2002, wasn't it? Yeah. It was the best of best. Yeah. But I remember there was like my main memory is that match, and then Johnny Fleisch did another match where he did like a shooting star press out the ring and fucking broke his jaw on the thing.
Okay. That was completely two different shows.
No, I know they're two different shows, but I'm saying they're my two memories of him. It's those two things.
That was at the King of Europe Cup.
Oh, right, okay.
Some Dragon Gate guy. Dragon Gate said no. And,
okay.
He did like a weird shooting star press.
Yeah, broke his jaw.
That same show.
Yeah.
So he wrestled some 3-word, then wrestled Johnny. Then he wrestled Ruckus, and then he went on to wrestle Trent in the main.
Yeah, and then
So he wrestled 4 matches.
Yeah.
But the match he wrestled Ruckus after he wrestled Johnny, they brought out in the crowd and they went to do the same wall unit spot.
Yeah.
For some reason. That he done against him and Johnny. And he did it and landed on his feet. Then Ruckus, you know Ruckus, right?
Yeah.
One of the best ever. I'm a huge Ruckus guy. Like, Jesus Christ, how many Ruckus tapes I watch. Huge Ruckus guy. Ruckus is one of the genuine. Who ever talk about Ruckus anymore?
Only thing I've said this on like 3 different things now is in like 2005. In 2005 I tried to buy a Blackout T-shirt from CZW, and they've still never sent it. I've still never got my Blackout T-shirt. But yeah, no, Ruckus is fucking awesome, man. He was in.
I did meet Sabian once.
For my money, I'd say he's the best out of the lot of the people in Blackout, just because he's a cunt and he's a good heel. And he shouts and belittles people. I think he's alright.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I disagree with you. Ruckus was in Blackout. So like,
true, yeah.
How good Ruckus is in Blackout, man. So Johnny does a wall unit on his feet. Then Ruckus goes through the wall unit, which he can do. Ruckus can do anything. But he goes, and it's again in the ECW arena. Ruckus is like 200 pounds or like maybe more.
Yeah.
He goes through the wall unit, just puts his foot straight through the wall unit.
I remember that. Oh yeah. I remember that vaguely now. Fucking, it's been a long time since I've watched that. Fucking hell.
No, I watch it every day.
But yeah, for saying that, I even like Joker. I even like Joker more.
Joker Driver.
Oh my, well, yeah, Chris Cash.
My first ever match, I took a double team Joker Driver.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It
was alright. The thing is, it's like it looks like a scary move, but it's the sort of thing that could.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it could go wrong.
I really want it. I've been wanting to use it, bro. I want to use it Soul Drive, but I've never got a chance to. And start using it. Maybe I'll do it the ICW weekend. I feel it's one of the moves everyone uses now, but.
I mean, we're talking about the ICW weekender anyway. Like, I want to see Tremont again against Iceman. No, yeah, who fuck knows? Who cares?
No, it's alright. Come on.
That's fine. I was going to say I want to see Tremont against Iceman.
That's what I want to see.
Yep.
That is the match I want to see.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very happy you said that. And if you message Dan Mont and say that, please, more people need to.
I will.
Unless it gets brought up, it's not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And that's the
Tremont
match
against
I want to see.
Tremont, Iceman.
Genuinely, Tremont, Iceman. And I know Iceman really wants that match as well. And I know Tremont really wants that match as well.
It'll happen.
Thinks that match.
I assume the way the. Well, I mean, I have no ideas about bookings or anything or whatever. But Saturday's obviously 2 shows. I assume Sunday's seen as the sort of quote-unquote big show. I
don't know in which correlation this is happening, but I know there's going to be a pit fighter.
Pit fighter's on Friday.
Pit fighter's Friday.
Yeah.
Then I think there's a Rise show, just a pure Rise show.
Yeah.
Then I think there's an ICW show on the night. Then I think there's a Rise versus ICW show.
Yeah, and the big warehouse, which is a nice venue, aside for the fucking lighting rig being a bit too close to the ring.
I think that venue hates us.
Really? I thought it was alright. I mean, I was only there drinking. Why do you think they hate you? Like,
no, because like the good doctor had people breathing fire into the fucking lighting rig, and then
I forgot. I forgot about that.
People bleeding all over the place, and there was fucking glass everywhere.
Like. They made a bit of money. Yeah, fucking, I spent enough money at the bar that night anyway.
Wait, it's fucking expensive bar, right? Well, that's the good thing about Iger. The bar's not too expensive.
Well, that's the only that's the only thing I was gonna say about Iger is
fucking just sneak your own booze in. Fucking sneak your own booze in.
Exactly.
Your own booze in.
When they announced fucking Struggles, the commentator for NHB, is coming over.
Best sex I've ever got a champion ever in my life. Who the fuck is Struggles?
But the only thing I was sitting there in my head, I was like, okay. I was like, they're gonna bring him over, and Larry Legend's obviously, like, you're a fan of Blackout as well. Larry Legend's fucking amazing.
He's like the voice of the promotion, so he has to be
exactly.
Right?
And but like they've got like Struggles and stuff over. In my head, I'm like right. So they're wanting him to do commentary. I assume they want him to do it live if they're bringing him over. Where the fuck's he gonna do it in the Iger?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
He's standing on the bar.
Yeah, oh, but man, it's gonna be so fucking busy there.
It's
but
punk rock. It's punk rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Find something.
That'd be good.
One person I would like to wrestle on that show that isn't on the show.
Bev?
Is Mickey Knuckles.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to say the Bev. Oh, well, Mickey Knuckles would be awesome, though.
I'd love to wrestle Mickey Knuckles. I really want to wrestle Mickey Knuckles. She's on my list to wrestle. I really want to wrestle Mickey Knuckles. And like, I'm like pushing her to Mickey Knuckles. And then she goes and fucking tweets Lou. Like, I don't have Twitter. I don't believe in it.
Neither do I.
You and like, what about me?
What about
me? Your best on me. Like, come on.
But no, you against Mickey Knuckles would be fucking awesome. She's been killing it as well, man. She was
Mickey
a fucking...
Knuckles is one of the unsung heroes of independent pro wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. She's been doing it for fucking...
And she still is, like... I watched little clips of her versus Casey from the other day, and like, she's the Ian Rock spot where she threw...
Like, through the tubes right in her face, yeah. They got
like,
so many panes of glass in that match too, it was great.
She's, like, the matches Mickey Knuckles has had over the years, like... is unlike unless you're talking about like Megumi Kucho or Bull Nakano or any of these great.
That's my dad's favourite wrestler, Bull Nakano.
I thought you said Megumi Kucho. Your dad's favourite wrestler is Bull Nakano. That's my favourite wrestler.
my dad got into really like.
How the fuck does your dad know who Bull Nakano
is? He got into when the wrestling channel was on.
I never had the wrestling channel.
I mean, it was good for like whenever it was on for like a couple of years when it was on. But like they used to do like All Japan Women's and stuff, and then he got into like Asia Kong, and then he found out about Bull Nakano, and then things like that, and or Asia Kong or whatever her name is. But like he got really into that, and he would always be watching like All Japan Women's Wrestling, and I'd be watching like Noah and things like that. But the wrestling channel was good.
Right, okay. Here's a conversation I had with Big Joe and Darko. Right. So. Apparently, Scotty Too Hot, he's got a bunch of heat because he said he would never wrestle a female.
Okay.
So
I thought he wrestled China.
Yeah, so I'm all for independent wrestling. I think
me
some of
too.
the more compelling matches I've ever seen in my life is independent wrestling.
Yep.
However, wrestling is about suspending disbelief.
That's true.
So you have to be able to suspend your disbelief. If Bull Nakano was wrestling guys around that time like Hulk Hogan and all these big names as a name as she was, what if she had the impact she would have had at that point doing that?
That's very true. That's true, but if she was wrestling Hulk Hogan...
No, I was trying to...
No, I know what you mean.
Who was big in Japan at that time?
Like Kobayashi and Akiyama and things like that. Yeah,
exactly.
But like,
so she would have to sell and be weak for them.
Yeah.
Bull Nakano's whole thing wasn't selling and being weak.
Yeah, true. So, well, I mean, if you did get one of those matches, that would have, like... The quote-unquote like women's revolution thing would have happened like 20 years before it even happened.
Genuinely, one of my favourite matches ever is... I cry every time I watch it, like I'm well up, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's still an emo kid, I guess. But what was that match where Sasha Banks wrestled Bailey at NXT?
Yes.
Maybe you weren't expecting that.
No.
Where Sasha Banks wrestled Bailey at
NXT, yeah.
Yeah,
last
yeah, that was fucking incredible.
My favourite women's wrestler, probably of all time, is Bailey. I think she's excellent. I think she's very, very good. She's underrated as fuck.
My favourite band's Taking Back Sunday as well.
Man. Were you at the Clash at the Castle thing?
No.
No, I got forced to go. I got forced to go and got bought tickets.
Actually, on the day, Joe messaged me saying he had a spare ticket, and I was like, I don't want to drive. Well, I can't drive for start. Well, I could if someone's on booking. I can, see it. But I was like, it's too short notice. But I kind of wish I was there. Just
it was good. It was a bunch more. I was hammered, man. I was fucking hammered. But we were there. We stayed there until exactly. We were there till the next day as well.
I'm hammered right now.
Exactly. I need to get more beer.
I need to go buy more beer right now. I'm going to go to the bar and get another 2 pints in a second.
What was I going to say? But I remember we were there for that, and then the next night there was that AEW thing where.
So you spoke that, and then we'll finish this, and then we'll both go for cigarettes and start again.
That's fine. That's fine. Wait, I'll finish it. Okay. So anyway, so we were there, and then I was hammered anyway. But then it was me and 3 friends. They're all WWE fans, no indie stuff or whatever. I got us tickets to go and see ICW and TNT. They were both there, and both.
ICW at midnight one.
Yeah, and we missed it because we were bloated and we were fucked. But then the next day was TNT and shit, and we missed that as well. But then the next day was that AEW show, and CM Punk did that big promo where he basically called everybody cunts and children and got sick.
Fucking amazing. I still think it's a word.
I know.
Amazing.
But then
that's what pro wrestling is. Wrestling, there should be more like shit in wrestling because it makes you believe.
Yeah.
In fact, me and you. You're sat in Scotland, I'm sat in a shitty bar,
and
we're talking on FaceTime, and
we're talking about it, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pro wrestling.
Exactly.
There should be more of that, that's fucking
I remember,
don't get it.
We finished that show and somebody was talking to me about how Nick Gage isn't a real wrestler, and me and him were arguing outside, and I ended up in this fucking kebab shop with fucking Tony Knox at about 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
I love Tony
But
Knox,
oh man, it was fuck it. But I'll go for a piss just now. Go and get some beer, and then we'll come back. Perfect. I can't remember what we're talking about. Who knows?
Nah, do I just take off on something, man. It's fine.
That's fine. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's.
We could probably sit and talk for fucking hours, and you'd have to edit out. It's probably going to be like a 4-hour podcast, and just gonna have to edit shit out. It's fine by me. It's fine by me.
Fuck it, man.
I'm fucking heading off to a party with Leon Slater and shit like that. He's in GCW, he's a superstar.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. I was very happy for him. I put that on my podcast thing. I was like, holy shit.
So good, man.
Yeah, man.
So good.
I think the first time I'd ever seen him was at fucking one of the Rise shows anyway, in the Iger.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's great, man. He's really, really good. What was I going to say? I was going to say you against Alex Cologne. We'll talk about the Outlaw tournament.
Jumping straight into that?
Yeah, fuck it, man. That was a fucking awesome match. I was there early helping the Outlaws with stuff and tubes and things, and that was a fun day, a long day, but a good day.
Yeah, it was a good match. Again, it's one of these situations where I think the match fell circumstance to its positioning on the card.
Opening round, yeah.
Yeah. So if me and Alex were doing maybe second, it would have been a lot more, but what you have to think is we were the first match of the full show. So, again, if your favourite band plays your two favourite songs straight away. But it was a pleasure wrestling him. He was a gentleman, he was amazing, he was a great guy to hang out with. Very fortunate for the opportunity to wrestle him. I'd love to do it again.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. What do you guys think of the match?
Man, I thought it was fucking awesome. It was great to see Alex as well, man. It was very, very good. I mean, that could easily have been like you're saying. That could have easily been one of the finals. Carlsberg as well, lovely. Yeah, wish I'd got fucking Carlsberg. They don't have Carlsberg at my shop around the corner anymore. It's just fucking Coors Light. So fuck that.
I would love to go back to Scotland, man. I love Scotland. I had Steve hammered one night in Edinburgh, man, so fucking hammered.
Yeah.
So what's called? What's his name? Frank Turner.
I know he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him. I couldn't tell you one Frank Turner song. But a bunch of my hometown buddies who have nothing to do with wrestling, they're gonna go to Edinburgh and see Frank Turner. You coming? Yeah. Okay, I'll go to Edinburgh. And if you've ever seen anyone as drunk in your life as me for 2 days in Edinburgh, so at one point there was I can't remember getting off the train into Edinburgh, and I got in at 12 midday because I'd been out the night before in Hartlepool.
Yeah.
And they always tell the story of we sat in this Wetherspoons in Edinburgh, and there was an old couple sat having a meal. And there was a big mirror behind them, and I just completely noticed the fact there was a couple there. And then just suddenly started doing my hair, taking my top off, and trying to Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. And then, like, I got kicked out of this bar. And I was outside this bar, and all my friends were in this bar. And this girl called Kaylee, in Scotland, she was like, "You look like you should be in a fucking rock bar." And I was like, no, my friends are in there. Said, no, I'm going to take the rock bar. So I ended up on my own.
Opium? What bar did you go to? Oh,
I
man.
was in. I remember falling off the stage dancing Nirvana on my own. But like, I came out of the bar and I was like, I have no idea where I am in Edinburgh. I'm going to have to like get a taxi and take me to every hospital in Edinburgh to try and find out. And then as I came out, one of my friends, because like 6 was, walked from a side street next to me. He was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" I was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" He's like, "I've been in that bar on my own all night. I've been in that bar on my own."
You end up man, I've had that so many times. Like, I stay like.
Because I'd love to come to Scotland.
Well, that's my plan. I don't even fucking stay in Edinburgh. I have to travel there every day for work, and it's a fucking dump. Yeah. Edinburgh's a shithole. I mean, that's I want to get that across. I want. Well, yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, but fucking that thing for Cologne, man. Like, he might be retiring after this year, so hopefully he comes back.
No one retires.
Well, yeah, no one retires.
I was very grateful for the opportunity to wrestling. Yeah. I feel we did a very good match for our place in the card. Mm-hmm. And I think we were both extremely professional in the fact we did that in our place in the card. A couple of things that stand out about the match, like, it was all like fresh tubes because it was like the opening match. Then tubes just wouldn't break.
Yeah.
It was like brand new tube. He did the diving like 4 times or some shit like that. And the tubes just wouldn't break. And I was like, fucking hell. And then when it did break, it was like getting hit with fucking crowbars.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it was great. He was a fucking pleasure to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know shit. I watch the business and get the business. I know I was Cologne when he used to fucking wrestle in ties, doing best and shit like that. It was great for me to get the wrestler with someone.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
that.
man.
It was
great.
It was a great thing, and he's arguably one of the best in the world at what he does.
Yeah, 100%.
Arguably. So,
that's great. Well, what did you think of that tournament as well?
I remember being sat on the stage for the main event.
Yeah.
And it was me, Clint Margera, and Nathan Cruz. I remember turning around to Clayton going, "This is something special." Like, that whole atmosphere, everything, that was like, it felt you a part of something. Like, that night in itself was something very special.
Yes, it was to me, and of the shows I've been to, that was my favourite Rise show, and it was my favourite British show I've ever been to, and it's probably my favourite Deathmatch show. For the main event as well, I said to Danny Douglas, I was like, "Can I just ask to just go on the stage?" He's like, "Yeah, it's cool, just go up," and I just went up.
Nice.
And I remember it was
Embrace scales.
You were you guys were sitting in front of me. I think it was me, Heidi, and somebody were at the back. I had my phone on charge at the very back where the desk thing was to charge my phone. And yeah, the main event was fucking insane, man. It was great. It was such a great night.
I remember looking at Nathan and going, "This is something really special." Like, you felt like you were part of a moment.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. I hope
all that shit that happened afterwards, it was genuine. Me running the ring, calling him Joe, always talking Joe. Like, that was all genuine. Like, we were genuinely that happy that that it happened.
Yeah, it was great.
Deathmatch Outlaws, the World Cup, like, that was, it was a very, very, very special night.
It was great, man. And I'm still fucking surprised it's not on IWTV.
Yeah, well, it will be.
It will be, yeah, hopefully.
See, this is the thing, man. So, Danny edits all of it, and he's such like a...
Okay.
Weird, autistic... I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. He's such a weird, autistic little perfectionist about stuff.
Okay.
Like, the littlest detail he'll obsess about for a ridge. So when it does end up on IWTV... It'll
be perfect.
It will do justice to what it was to feel like one night.
That makes sense.
You were there. How special was that night?
It was awesome. I was, but the minute...
just a weird hard cam and ringside thing. It wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
So sometimes the best things in life are waiting for.
It was. To be fair, it was. I would say it's the best tournament or best show I've ever been to. Was in that venue in Hull. I remember I saw you at the train station when I got you to the venue.
Red Dream Design t-shirt.
Yeah, you like shouted at me, and you're like, I like your t-shirt. And I was like, who the fuck's
The
that?
only other time I'd ever been to Hull was like,
Yeah,
I don't know, I was probably fucking hammered wrestling.
Yeah.
Like shows somewhere, and like I remember seeing some guy in the Dream Design t-shirt. I was like, I like your t-shirt. Like, I hope he's got the same. It was just a bunch of Dream Design fans that don't really get it.
thing is, man, it's like it was so like the venue is so close. I mean, it's
Close
up.
but far.
Yeah, it is. It's in like the middle of like Shitholeville in Hull, but the bar next to it was really nice as well. Like, I mean, by nice, I mean it's cheap.
Oh, right. So like,
Fine. Well, that's one thing I was going to ask you. Do you like no ring shows, or are you not a fan? No, okay. Not at all.
I've done a fair few of my time. I don't like the ideology that promotions can think they can run them because it's cheaper than not renting a ring
Okay.
and being professional about it. But, right, okay. I started training when I was 14-year-old. I'm 13 now.
Yeah.
I have been in and around this business for a long time. I've learned to appreciate wrestling for what it is and what it should stand for. It's called a canvas for a reason. It's not just because that's the material it's made for. That is the thing you do your profession on. The ring is your tool and that is your stage. No ring definitely has a place. It 100% has a place.
Yeah.
I do. One of the best matches I've ever seen in my life was Casanova Valentine versus Big Joe at Spooky Slam 3 at Rise. Where the fans are like, that's like the most punk rock thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was insane. And I didn't even see it because I'd wrestled clinch before.
Yeah.
I didn't see a thing in that match even though I was there. And like, if you watch the footage, it's fucking incredible.
It's mental,
Yeah. Then it so serves a purpose and it's meaningful and it's great. It's circumstantial in that it makes its place. But if you have no ring shows one after another, then what is it? Like, ring is your tool. It should be utilized for wrestling in a ring. I have wrestled a bunch of no ring. I will continue to wrestle no rings if they book me. But me personally, I would prefer to be a ring.
Fair ring. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, it was.
It's just a bit harder to work no ring. Not harder in like theory, but if you have 3 no ring matches, how can you make 3 no ring matches different?
That's true. I mean, I would say that I do miss No Peace Underground. I do think that they kind of. So a lot of their shows were insane.
They had the cool spot ever, like with the upside down peace sign.
Man,
I've seen the belts, but because I remember Marcus Crane used to have it, right?
yeah.
You know, Marcus Crane was sledged to be in Games of Death.
The first one.
Yeah. No. The
No.
second one.
Oh, jeez. No, I didn't. No, I didn't know that.
Then everything fell apart, and that Marcus Crane was supposed to come home and do it. He was supposed to come home.
That'd be insane, man. I remember I met him. I went to TOS 4, and I was like my first like proper like big American deathmatchy show thing.
Well, you went over and watched that shit.
Yeah, I went over.
Like Yokozuna or some shit.
Well, like, no, I went over and I remember I spoke to Marcus Crane at the bar for like 5 minutes, and had a drink. And but that's it's like that same night I met Danny Havoc and said hello to Danny Havoc. And those things like still stick with me. Like they're like tiny little like pointless moments, like saying hello to people.
It's never gonna happen again, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's scary, man. It's scary.
Well, I was definitely supposed to wrestle Marty Screen at the Games of Death. And you know, I don't know if I'm letting too much out of the bag here, but
It's cool.
for Games of Death, the one by Wrestle Iceman,
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne Murdoch was supposed to be
Oh
a
my
surprise for
god.
that show. But
Jesus.
he cancelled because he's booked for Ian Rotten.
Oh. Boo.
Hey, fucking.
I was gonna get into the King of the Death matches.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I do have. Where the fuck's the thing? I had a bit of paper. Where is it? I had a
Yeah, I
thing.
got 500 of them printed.
I've got one somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. Give me 2 seconds. Try and find it. Where the fuck did I put that bit of paper?
You don't need to show them.
Oh no! Wait! No! I found it. I found it. There we go. See, signed by Michael Caden. Got that.
Very drunk and singing a tune.
That wasn't even too early on in the day. Nah, you were alright. But yeah, so that kind of the deathmatch thing, I was like, when that got announced, I was so happy for you. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was so like, so it was. So I wrestled that weekend, like Mad Freeway with me, Dalco, and Luke.
Yeah.
And it was like Sunday. Again, fucking carpet strips. Like I was cut to fuck on my ass of carpet strips. Like genuinely on my ass. It was like fucking hurts it down. The whole like I saw like I have like scars everywhere.
Yeah.
One of the most scarred places on my body is my ass. Like probably off this match because my ass got like ripped. It's
because you take those like scary like flip bumps all the time, man. It's
So like. So I got like really cut up. So I'm like sat on the couch and it's like a day and a half after. Then I've got to hang up the night after and I'm like all cut up. And I'm sat on my sofa and I get a message of Ian Orton's kid. And he's bought a t-shirt on me for JC Rotten. He's called.
Yeah, he used to run Pro Wrestling Train, right?
Bad rep on the internet.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like condone him or anything.
No,
say anything.
he's
Every interaction I've ever had with him, he's been very, very. I don't know. Everyone's to them. Never done anything bad to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
my thought exactly.
I got a message of him saying, "You need to message my dad right now." Like, oh man, what's up? He's like, he's going to put you in the team. I'm not just messaging my dad right now. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like. Convert this to English time. It's getting a bit busy with like, kids and shit. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, it's cool.
So like, he's like, you need to message my dad right now. He's like, he's going to put you in team deathmatches. So he's like, his real name's like John Williams or something.
Yeah.
I already have him on Facebook. So it's like, message him like, I'll if you remind me on, I'll screenshot and send you the transcript.
Please, yeah.
It was like, I messaged him. I was like, super strong. Hello, sir. He's like. 10 minutes, no reply. I was like, well, that was time. Then just popped on my phone. Hello, mate.
Oh my god. Oh, is it like trying to be English or?
Yeah. I was like, oh hi. JC told me to message you. He was like, are you available on these dates? I said, yes, sir. I was just trying to be like, welcome.
Yeah.
Do you have a passport? Yes. Straight away. Welcome to the 2022 King of the Day.
Oh man, I'd be buzzing. That'd be buzzing. That'd be awesome.
Literally like the most IWA mid-south thing you've ever seen. They used to come out and cut promos like I'm doing like what? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is a bit surreal.
Yeah, man, that's great.
You went, keep yourself healthy. Don't tell anyone till I've announced it. And do this. There was 2 people I told. Danny O'Doherty and Big Joe. Those were the only 2 people I told until we got announced. And then weeks and weeks and weeks went on. And then I went back to my hometown of Hartlepool, H-Town, man. Hartlepool is like a fucked up place, man. You get fucked up when you go to Hartlepool. It's like one of them things you roll in full of ecstasy and like shoot the fucking mom sort of place, man. So I remember being like in my like childhood bedroom because I've been back home to like visit my friends.
Yeah.
I like silly up in the morning, just like 17, like we'll catch a train like 4 hours. I need to get some sleep. My phone went off. I was like, give me information for your fights. Like, cool. Send them all my information. Did that, rolled over, couple hours sleep, got back home, went to sleep. Then I got a message of Iceman. Iceman, someone, we'll get an Iceman after this.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I think I didn't quote it, but I'm sick as a dog for you, lad. I'm so sorry. And I was like, what the fuck are you on about? I'd have went out of business. And Iceman broke it to me. Oddly enough, me and Iceman, the only 2 English guys to ever get announced King of Deathmatch.
Did Iceman get announced previously as well?
Yes. After Golf Fest, when he wrestled Ian.
Oh yeah, I remember that was he. Oh my god, fucking hell, that's a long time ago. But man, that I was like genuinely like so like pissed off like for you. And like I remember they did a poll as well. They did a little poll where they're gonna like we're gonna put someone else in it. And fucking Chondo.
Because Ron McDonald got out to me, but like, dude, that was a lot of me trying to get Darkwing because I didn't want to fight.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
That was a lot of me trying to get Darkwing.
Me as well, man.
Dude, like,
I was making him fake accounts and all sorts of shit.
I can't find my own. Like, I would have done, but like, if I was trying Darko, fucking hell, it'd be a lot more fun. So,
yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck that. Fucking who won it? That fucking strong. Let's go.
That is a quote. I'm gonna go for a piss in like 5 seconds. I just want you. Okay. Joe has said that phrase to me like so many times now, and I don't know what it means. What is a strob?
You shouldn't know.
Why should I not know? I want somebody to explain to me what it means.
You won't know. I'm not going to tell you.
That's okay. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I've heard that so many times now. I know it's something. That's fine. It's fine. I'll try. I'll try and work it out. Try and work it out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That's where the business was.
That's true. That's fair enough.
You go for a fish.
That's fine.
5.
Alright, I'll be 2 seconds. No worries. Alright. Oh, yeah.
You back?
Yeah. All good.
Looks like I have a weird bullet or some shit. My fights guy's getting really bad at him, so it's pretty terrible.
Shave it all off. Get a skinhead, man.
Nah, man, I can't do that.
Once you've done it once, you'll feel better for it. Once you've done it, I shaved my hair when I was 19. I'm 32 now.
Like long hair, but like long short hair. But then like I like having like long hair because of Davey Havoc from the Airfly and Robbie Ruckside.
Oh, okay. Ah, fair enough. I just shaved out of spite for all my friends who were going bald, and I was like, "Fuck
so
it."
You're not, are you going bald? Or
No. I've done it. I've done it for like
You just want to look like Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. I just a lot of my friends were like really scared, like terrified of going bald, and I done it out of spite. I know, but like,
it was razor blade spikes and shit every day.
Yeah.
It was a bit of hair, like right. So they were like banging off.
But like I've done it for so long now that this is just I can't not do it. But fuck it.
Get bullets, it'd be cool.
What was I gonna? That's another thing I was going to say to you. So we've got Games of Death 3 next year.
Yeah.
I hazard to think that who's even going to be in that, and if I was going to pick people to win that, I would want either you or Darko to be in the final, because I think that you guys out of
I'd want that too, but like if wishes were fishes to all.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I think that yourself and him deserve a win of one of those big tournaments in Rise, because you're the two guys that put that company over as much as Joe or Lou or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think Rise isn't necessarily a deathmatch motion.
No.
Even though it is the best deathmatch motion in Europe.
Yes.
But I mean, hands down it is. Hands down, and I say the sentiment to DMWW all the time, because he gets like a lot of venues don't want to touch us now because we do good all this weird deathmatch stuff, man. And like the reason they don't is because we are the best at what we do. There's nobody in Europe, and I dare say many places in the world, that can touch what happens at a Rise show. You put that outlaw tournament against anything else in the world. Like that GCW show happened the other night, that's no disrespect to any of the guys on that show, or GCW in general.
Which one?
The one you went to where you're on the stage being hammered.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you put that up and then the newest Nick Cage Invitational happened the other day, I think Rise has the edge. The reason it happens because we're that good at what we do. Like, it's the best guys doing what we do. The same as the Noro Bar, right? The same as everything. The best guys doing what we do. Get the point we're trying to make, concussions and alcohol.
Concussions and alcohol. That should be a t-shirt, man. You should get Danny Douglas on fucking that. That's another thing I will say is I would say that those guys, the Deathmatch Outlaws, are 100%. They're always nice to me. They're always like very complimentary of me. I would say that they are one of the sort of saving graces.
Genuine. the best. The best.
Yeah, man.
Generally, the best people, the best. Like, there wouldn't be a British Deathmatch scene if there wasn't.
Without them, yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm very fortunate. Like, when they approached me with the idea of doing this Deathmatch Outlaws thing, like me, Darko, Lou, and Joe, I wouldn't say I was apprehensive. I was like, oh, I don't know, Deathmatch Outlaws is a bit weird. But then, it's the best thing to ever happen to my wrestling career. Then being a part of it is the best thing to ever happen to my wrestling career. And I think Joe, Lou, and Darko would wholeheartedly with me. And we are 100% on board with anything that one do. Like,
yeah, man. That was another thing I was going to ask you as well. Was so like say for example.
We've got another hour to go. Yeah, like we're making this a two-parter.
All I was going to say to you, I was like, so. Say
anytime soon, so you best bet wait, come some more questions. Get some more guns, have a doobie.
That's fine. I wouldn't be smoking joints. Only bongs.
I can't handle weed. Like, I used to smoke weed all the time. Now weed just makes me feel really paranoid and weird.
The only time I smoke it like once every 2 weeks and have a couple of bongs and black out, and that's it.
I wish I could. I bought these like weird CBD things. And
fuck them! They're terrible. No.
I used to smoke weed. Me and Chapman used to smoke weed all the time. Chapman still smokes weed. Daniel Donkey still smokes weed all the time. But I just can't smoke weed.
I always pick drink, but I'd rather combine everything. If I'm gonna get fucked up, I'd rather combine weed, booze, like laughing gas, fucking coke, whatever. Do everything. Yeah. Oh my god! If you didn't, oh my, it's yeah. Oh my god, man! It's a different high. But fucking, what was I gonna say?
Well, we'll see when we come to Edinburgh.
Oh, I'm very much looking forward to that. That's cool, man. I was gonna say I was gonna mention the people you were in that barbed wire match for, kayfabe or non-kayfabe, and how you felt about them. So you're Big Joe.
Yeah, he's my best friend. Generally, like, we speak every day. He's my best friend. Like, and he didn't put me over on his episode of you.
Did he not?
So, no, he didn't fuck. I was standing in Darko, so we both get the fuck. Okay, fucking don't put me over on anything. So fucking. Ask me how I was wrestling, no, I was team.
Well, for Darko then.
Fuck him, he didn't put me over.
Thing is, I don't remember that either. Thing is, just like after I recorded something, I don't remember either. I just said it and I just put it out.
Fuck him, I watch it. Talk on Hellraiser a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll speak to you about some other non-wrestling shit afterwards.
Go for it.
Brett, what was I gonna say?
Big sad boy.
What was I gonna say? Brett Semtex.
Red Semtex is so like British top team versus Deathmatch. Red Semtex is so talented.
Yes, he is.
So, and he hasn't been doing it too long, but he's legit. Like, I don't know too much about like. So I'm recently getting into like pancreas and stuff like that because like I find myself constantly going through waves of what I love about wrestling. So I'll go through like waves where I'm obsessed with like lucha. And I'll be like really deep into like CMLL or AAA or like things like that. And I'll find myself being really deep into like All Star. And I'll be like fucking buying like really random like fan cam All Star 93 shows and stuff like that. Recently, or not recently, but vicariously is the best thing. Because of Minoru Suzuki and all these people have done this pancreas stuff. And there's the UWF that does it in Japan. Yeah. Red Semtex is legit. He's a K1 double K champion. Yeah. He's like the legit. He could have a full career doing that. Imagine. He chose to stop it and do wrestling. And he did a no rope barbed wire death match in Leeds. He did, man. And he got like the gnarliest cut. We didn't even know on the night till we seen that happen. I pulled barbed wire out of his back when he went through that table that Brammer won. Yeah. Cut on his arm. Yeah. Like he used like Red Semtex is like the real deal. There's no reason at all Red Semtex shouldn't be in WWE. That's exactly what I said to Joe. Was like he should be in AEW or fucking WWE because he's excellent. He's too good not to. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, great. And I was going to say it's Lou Nixon as well. Again, like, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Nixon is genuinely one of my best friends in the whole world. If you do a podcast with him, hopefully...
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
Ask him, he'll do it. I have nothing but kind and good words about Lou Nixon. Especially over the last, like, year and a half. Every time I see Lou, and I see him, like, very regularly now, like, every time I see him, every 2 weeks, he looks more and more great and more good, like, more and more built and stuff. He's more sounding, more fine-tuned, that, because Lou is great. He's a killer as well. Lou is the equal. Same as Brett, like, Brett's K1. Lou legitimately is an MMA guy. Yeah. Lou's legit. He's 100%. He's so young as well. Like, he's 100% legit. And he's one of these guys, he's in the battlefield with you. You wouldn't get him, he's there with you to do 100% all the
it was when I was standing on stage for that the Outlaw tournament, and obviously the BTT like formed, and like there's people throwing shit in the ring, and I was like, don't do that. I was like, they would kick the fuck out of anybody that tried to do anything.
He's a killer, but he's a fucking psychopath. He'll take anything and do anything. Like, he'll do anything. He's a fucking psychopath. Like, I have nothing but kind and good words to say about Lou Nixon.
Good.
And then my Deathmatch outlaw.
and then obviously the last one is the Good Doctor, the owner of Rise now. Yes. No, I was actually going to ask you a question before you go into that. So the thing for the Good Doctor, I don't know if that's like for him to answer. Where did that name come from? Obviously, that's like a Harold Shipman reference.
I don't know. He came up with it.
Okay. I'll need to ask him about that.
I don't know. You need to ask him.
Okay.
I call him the Doc. Like, that's my nickname from Doc.
Okay.
Doc. The reason I call him Doc is because there's this old, like, it's just long-winded thing. Like. So, back in the day in All-Star, there was the Liverpool lads, there was Brookside and Doc Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Doc Dean, he's dead now, God rest his soul. But he was the life and soul of the party. He was like controversial in Doc Dean.
Mm-hmm.
He was a doc, that's what you used to call him. Now I call him, because he's a good doctor, call him the doc. It's like a little like weird thing I call him. Like, and no one knows anything about that. There's maybe cheapest in the world to get it.
Oh, fair enough.
But Doc is everything he portrays.
Yes.
That's what he is in real life. If not, tones it down, then what he is in real life. He's what you see is what he is. Like, but the best guys like that, like Larry Sweeney's one of my favourite guys ever.
He is the only person in my entire life I ever shed a tear for in wrestling when he actually died was Larry Sweeney. I love fucking Larry Sweeney.
Did you see how he killed himself?
Yes, hung himself over the fucking turn, over the. Yes, I do. Yeah. I loved Chikara. I fucking loved Chikara. One of my favourite wrestlers of all time is Ultramantis Black. I've got one of his vinyls in my fucking house, man. So it's like
you want to talk about Chikara?
Yeah.
I know Opinion quite well.
Yeah.
He was on the first ever.
Yeah, I actually, before I spoke to you, I watched the Daniel Doherty's fucking thing where he's talking about how he became a wrestler and shit, and then like you're in it as well. They're talking about Ophidian and going to that club, and like the show got shut down and everything, man. Yeah. I love Chikara. Chikara's eight.
Mike Quackenbush is again one of my. I'm obsessed with that really like weird independent period. Those guys like Jimmy Jacobs and like Mike Quackenbush and Chris Hero and Joker and you name it. That was there. Like,
the mid 2000s was a fucking mental time.
The life and music and everything like that's why.
Man, like Chikara was one of those things where like I used to watch Chikara more than I used to watch CZW. And you had Hydra and Crossbones and you had fucking everybody, man. I love Chikara.
I love the fact you're saying that. I love the fact you're talking about fucking Crossbones and shit like that. That's so all day. Like, I love that stuff. And then the King of Trios tournament, in my idea, is like the most amazing. Because that comes from a promotion called Toriumon.
Yeah.
Japan, which was Ultimate Dragons promotion. Mm-hmm. And like, not too recently, about a year and a half ago, paid a lot of money for like these like burned VHSs. Like Toriumon, you've ever heard of Toriumon?
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Where they had the six-side ring in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Comes from and stuff like that. Like, I love shit like that. I love shit like that.
Man, like...
When I was... because of the goal I didn't do it. When I was 18, I was this close to someone moving to Mexico and just showing up at like going to Mexico and just being like, fuck it, let me do it. I don't even wrestled for 5 years. Like, in the English style, like, that's just, I was this close to Mexico. And since then, I've trained with Jigsaw, I've trained with
Jigsaw, and man, honestly, like, fucking Chikara was, at the time when I used to watch it.
Rise, like, a bunch
Has
of
he? Thing is, it's like, this really happened, like, before this, what I mean, is like, Rise is kind of like...
wrestled Tommy End at Rise.
Holy shit, I need to watch that match. That'd be awesome.
It is on, it was that, like, you saw this venue, which was this, like, warehouse, which was, like, half indoors, half outdoors. And, like, it was, like, Jigsaw versus Tommy End versus Joe Henry.
Oh, match.
And it was Jimmy Havoc versus Good Doc Man.
Man, the thing is, it's like, a lot of people, like, after, like, Mike Quackenbush, there's, like, a big thing about Mike Quackenbush and shit, but, like, I remember, like, I used to watch Chikara, like, all the fucking time, and they used to have Larry...
Mike Quackenbush, I love Mike
Yeah, me too, man, yeah, but they used to have, like, shows all the fucking time. Bryce Rensburg was obviously the ref and shit, but, like, Larry Sweeney would come out and, like, Ultraman...
I tell everyone to watch Larry Sweeney, I tell everyone. I tell Daniel Ducky all the time.
He is so good.
The comedian, what's his name in wrestling? Nathan Bach.
He's great. He's great.
Yeah, he's great. But you'd be better if you watch Larry Sweeney. Everyone would be better if you watch Larry Sweeney. What would be better place if to watch Larry Sweeney?
Yes, 100%. I would. Oh yeah, man. My dad.
Losses in wrestling, like,
yeah.
Larry Sweeney is a tremendous loss. The other loss I'd say is Tracy Smothers.
Yeah.
Missed if I didn't mention Tracy Smothers on the podcast.
Oh yeah, man. Tracy Smothers is fucking awesome,
Tracy
man.
Smothers embodies what professional wrestling is. Like, that's wrestling is Tracy Smothers, the one that's you know.
Fucking Tracy Smothers as well, man. And then you got Chris Hamrick as well, who I love.
Oh,
I love Chris Hamrick.
Oh,
I mean, you're an ECW guy. I mean, my to the dying days of ECW. I was a big mark.
Did the dive on him, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was a big mark for the fucking hot commodity, for EC Money and Julio De Niro and.
I was like so young when that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm. How old are you? 30? No.
Just turned.
I'm 32. So like, you're like not that much younger than me. But I remember like I've got like VHS tapes of like ECW in some attic somewhere.
So the thing is, like, I just started wrestling when I was young. Like, I started wrestling when I was 14. Like,
fucking hell.
Like, I remember, like, fucking Drew Galloway at the show. I mean, just being like, because I trained with very good players. So I always stress the guys, please train at a good place.
Yeah.
Like, don't, if a place, like, it's full of shitbags running it, then you must know it's a shitbag running that's going to get you there. Like, please train at a good place, learn your basics. Or if you have to train at a bad place, do as much as you can to
then move.
Get what you can from there to go on.
Yeah, exactly, man.
But some people are just quite content being a small fish in a big pond.
There's a lot of fucking wrestling in the UK, and I was gonna try and work this in at some point, but I was gonna say you're not gonna go to Dubai at some point, no?
And I'm going to go to Dubai.
Did you not see that thing? Oh my Christ! So Progress, one of the worst companies in the fucking UK, they announced some shit where they were like, we're gonna go to Dubai. And all their fans and everybody wrote all these comments.
What's happening in Dubai? Like, is Dubai?
I don't know. It's fucking. They're gonna get.
Promotion says Dubai.
We're gonna get.
I'm like, Dubai.
No. Genuinely though.
So I think we shouting about.
Fuck it. It's fine. It's money. It's funny. But the thing is, right? So they announced this thing. All the fans are hating on them, and on the Rise thing, I think it was either Darwin or somebody wrote this thing, and it's like.
I don't know.
Oh man!
Wrestling in and shit like that.
Oh man!
I don't know what.
No. It's fine, but there was like the thing is, man, it's like no, but like generally, but like Darwin put up a thing yesterday or the day before where it was like a picture of like him and he's gonna like go to North Korea and wrestle King Jong-il. or whatever, and it was fucking it was really funny. Like completely taking the piss out of it all, and I was like marking out. It was great. Yeah, it was great. No, but this I mean is like Progress are actually going to Dubai to go and do a show, and then Darren put up a big thing like saying he's going to wrestle in North Korea, like just to take the piss out of it. But like, it was good. But no, man.
Yeah, I don't know anything about current affairs or anything like. Is that a bad thing to go to Dubai?
I suppose it's kind of bad. I don't know.
Like, if it's a bad thing, then if the book me.
Well, yeah, exactly. Fuck it. If it's money, it's money.
It's a fucking brother.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly, man.
Well, I don't know about stuff like that. Progress. This is the way I feel about that. Like, they were leaders, but then all leaders left, and then the crop didn't get like furnished, or like Tommy Ends, Maestros, Zack Sabre Jr.'s, all these guys left instantly, but they had no one to back them up, so it just went dead.
I'll say that they're one of the companies that I've never seen once, and I'll never watch them. I don't care. I've no interest.
Deathmatch guy, man. I love the fact people like you exist.
I mean, it sounds.
Right now, that's a tournament I'd love to be in.
Yeah, man. Oh, for Dream, man. Dream in Australia, man. That's the thing. It's like Deathmatch is worldwide now. Deathmatch is like a big thing everywhere.
I feel like we're very good with Paul Callahan Butcher.
Yeah, man.
We got hammered one day.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's enough for. I don't think me and
He's
each other, tell each other we love each other.
Oh man, no, 100%.
People fucking get me to Australia, man. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, fucking Australia, DMWW, fucking. There's also fucking Vic Craig's promotion in New Zealand called I can forget the name of the fucking company, but they run a deathmatch tournament this fucking Saturday. They run a deathmatch tournament in New Zealand, the first one of all time, which is mental to think you're like, there's deathmatches in New Zealand. It's mental. But
I'm not a cheeky fucking guy, but like I agree with you, man. Like, because like deathmatches should mean end of the world, but like it's a separate art now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, how far can it go though?
I mean, that's the sort of thing with GCW is like it's now in Fight Plus, so how
They keep on doing what they're doing. That's what made them on Fight Plus.
But it's the same thing with wrestling. It's like how far can wrestling go? Like deathmatch can continue.
The best thing I've ever heard in my life was you know Vampiro, right?
Yeah.
He I heard something on the interview of him once. It was like wrestling needs to completely stop and then restart over again for everything to be relevant. It's the most poetic thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, if you really think about it, for people to understand it, because like. You watch a show, like Big Joe Barefoot, like you dance, man. Like,
that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah.
Like, think it was Chikara. Like, think about it. When did you start watching wrestling?
Me, 1995.
And what was your first match you ever seen?
I can't remember. What was the first match I ever saw?
What's the first match that sticks out to you?
95 would have been the Rumble.
Just in general, what's the first match that sticks out to you?
The first match sticks out to me. I would have been 5 at the time, but the first match sticks out to me was the Rumble with HBK and Bulldog. When HBK wins and then terrible finish.
So imagine if they were spitting spikes to each other's cheek. And like fucking
it'd be good.
it'd
be.
You know what I mean? It needs to stop and restart again. It needs that innocence brought back into it.
I suppose so, yeah. But, I mean, like, how are you meant to stop it when shows are running 24/7?
We can't. The toothpaste is already out of the tube.
And Vampiro's already trying to wrestle Masada in December for the XPW World Heavyweight Championship, so...
Did he actually wrestle?
He did, yeah. It was... They brawled round everywhere.
Yeah, Vampiro's, he's one of my favorites.
No, I'm saying in December this year, we get Vampiro against Masada proper for the title.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, in December 12th or something.
Do you have more beers?
I do somewhere. That video where you and him went to that 1PW thing is really funny.
I can't remember I don't want to see it. I am so embarrassed by that. I'm angry at Chapman for putting it up. That's like a major mention.
Man.
It's like, dude, who films your mate?
No, yeah, it annoys me. Like, there's like one of our friends like hangs around with us. Like, he always like films everything. You're like, fuck off. Like, stop filming everything.
Your mate making it tell himself.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. It was funny though. It was funny.
I cannot remember a thing of 1PW. So don't tell me what happened.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying. I found it.
Not watch that vlog. I will never watch that vlog.
I'll say I found that mildly amusing, but I'll say that though is because I assume that like the majority of like Rise is mostly you and him. Most of it.
That sounds mostly, yeah.
Most for you and him.
Like, I don't want people to think like in the office. That's why I've got
okay.
Like, yeah, I set up like the open match and shit like that.
No, yeah, no.
Like,
Well, I mean, you've lost nearly every single opening tournament match you've been in, so you can't be in the office. So.
Exactly. In the office, I'd be fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Winning all the belts and shit, and wearing like what are they called, the bicycle shorts. But fuck it. Well, sorry, I got more beer now. I don't even know what to speak about now. Oh yeah, that's just good. I wrote down. Okay, I write down shite. I was gonna say films. I don't know how much if you're just wrestling. I wrote down films, games, music, and other shit. Out with wrestling.
Films, like.
What's that shit are you into? Okay.
I don't really have anything spam like. I do have an appreciation for the iconography of films. Like the fact that when I feel something. I do like films, fan films. So it does me a lot. Like I like The Craft.
That's a good film.
The Crow was a good film.
The Crow, yeah.
Lost Boys was a good film.
Yeah, with vampires and whatnot. Yeah.
I like films like that, kind of. But Talent, Sunshine, Spotless Mind, and like I like deep shit like that. But if you ask me to sit through a film, I've been hitting that too much.
Fair enough.
Right. What was that one? Games?
Yeah, like video games and shit. Because like I'm very like I play like two things, and the only two things I play in my entire I only do like two things and that's it. And other than that, I don't play anything. How about yourself? Nothing or?
I was a kid. I had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I like Tony Hawk's Underground. I like Backyard Wrestling, the video game.
Yeah. I've actually got a copy of the second one.
Versus Raw, Here Comes the Band. And I like the Warriors.
The Warrior. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not a gamer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not into games. I'm not a gamer. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that's cool. No, it's always I always like to ask you because
if you ask me to mention them three games.
That's cool. And then what was I going to say? And obviously, like you like music. I assume that you and Danny Douglas like similar music. I would imagine so.
I don't think I've ever really spoken to Danny Douglas about music.
Maybe not.
No. I come from Teesside, which is like a very sort of music central place. Like it's like without sounding cheesy, it's like a hardcore town. Like it's full of like hardcore kids that like are very independent and do their own shit and stuff. So I grew up with things like gigs everywhere. Like every other night there'd be a gig somewhere and there'd be something somewhere and there'd be something else. The older I've gotten, the less I've got into music. Like to be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I listened to a song. I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to an album. As of recently, like a couple of weeks ago, like I listened to like See Space Cowboy, a band. My favorite band, a band called Days and Days that nobody's ever heard of. Guarantee you, nobody's ever heard of them. They're a little shitty crust punk band from Houston, Texas, called Days and Days. And where I'm living right now, about 4 months ago, they played 5 minutes from my house.
Did you go and see them?
Yeah, 5 minutes walk from my house. And I was like, yeah, they're my favourite band. They're playing like 2 minutes away. It was like announced like the day before, and I was like, what the fuck? What weird song is this? and you've never seen a drunken person in your life, and you've never known anyone embarrass himself more than life. Trying to get
I think
sing with them. Like me, on my own. I wasn't with anyone else. I was on my own. And you never see anyone like so. Like podcast wise, like there's a podcast called Turned Out Punk. Okay. It's a guy from the band called Fucked Up.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of him.
And he interviewed Robbie Brookside. Robbie Brookside was like, oh no. He interviewed Matt Cross, M-Dog 20. Okay. And M-Dog 20 was like, I just got gigs on my own and just enjoy gigs and shit like that and just do that. M-Dog Danny's straight edge and he does that.
Is he? So, I didn't know that.
And Matt Cross is straight edge, that's his whole shtick.
Is he?
And, yeah.
Mate, and the thing is, it's like only until recently has Matt Cross even come up recently in like my spectrum of wrestling. Where I mean, he was. Yeah, I know, but like in the last fucking. How do you know him from
MLW or some shit?
No, I mean I remember him from CZW when he used to do that spot where he used to hang on with his arms on the pole and used to do the big thing. Yeah, I know, but like I've never seen him for a long time, and then he was in Circle 6 recently, I think. Yeah, Circle 6 are really good.
Yeah, I really want to do that King of the Deathmatch shit. Like, so
I was going to bring that up as well, yeah.
Like, someone messaged, I really wanted to get him over because I really want to wrestle him, I was called out. Like, so.
He's awesome.
He's one of the guys, yeah, I'd really like
his brother's got, like, the best merch. The pigs' heads, and he's putting, like in the very, very early days, like, fucking No Peace Underground, he would put, like, pigs' heads on, like, people's faces and shit. And it was all...
huge horror guy, right?
Oh, fucking great, man. Yeah.
Right, so let's talk about, like, Lucifer Valentine and shit, like, how do you want to talk about horror? Like, you know that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that shit. I know about it. I've read reviews on it. So
oh man,
I can't watch films. I don't have intention. But I appreciate the gross iconography of what happened.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's the so Lucifer Valentine and stuff like that. One of my favorite films that I've kind of seen, but don't like. I really like the August Underground trilogy. I like what it means.
Yeah.
Because that was like just distributed VHSs. Have you ever seen the last horror movie?
Is it called The Last Horror Movie? I don't think I have. No.
It is. It's a British film.
No, I've not seen it, no.
So when I was a kid, my parents split up, like,
okay.
And it was available in Blockbuster, and we went to Blockbuster, and there's a film called The Last Horror Movie, and I used to went to all of them, because before I got hit in the head and landed on my neck with fucking wrestling, I used to be quite an intelligent kid, and I rented this film, and it starts off just as, like, a normal American horror movie, and it cuts off, and it's like, oh, you're renting this DVD, like, now let me show you what a real horror movie is, and it's like, it's a masterpiece. Make sure you check that last.
I need to watch that. I mean, that was always like my idea for like a film. I was going to make a movie. I was like, make it like a fucking like romantic comedy bullshit, and then like 45 minutes in, it turns into like completely nosedives into like a slasher horror movie where people are beheading each other. You know.
Check out the last horror movie.
I need to watch that. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, like. I think there is such thing as violence for the sake of violence.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, like for me, like I'm only gonna travel if there's blood and glass and barbed wire. Like I'm not gonna go anywhere else.
You're only gonna watch a film if you know someone's gonna go.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then I'll sit there and watch a film that it doesn't happen and I get pissed off.
But. Yeah. But then the best films ever is when you don't see it. The same as the matches, where like it makes you feel like you've seen everything, but you haven't like the Blair Witch Project, the original one. You don't see a drop of blood.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see a drop of blood.
Yeah,
but it's fucking the best.
It's all about the build up. And then the payoff doesn't need to be that good. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
But as far as horror, like I like the idea of horror. The Craft's one of my favourite films.
The Craft is the Craft the same. I'm sure my dad likes that as well. My dad likes loads of weird shit.
It's like the 4 witches, each one.
Is that the bit where one of them goes into the toilet and there's like fucking spiders and snakes and stuff are coming out like the.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all witches and it's like very 90s, like. So like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. That was cool. Scream's one of my favourite films.
Are you gonna watch the 6th one when it comes out next year?
Yeah, sure. Oh, no, I didn't see the 5th film. I did go see the most recent.
David
one.
Arquette dies.
Yeah. And I hate going to see films because I know, like, I can't sit for anything unless wrestling. Like, I'm not just trying to sound cool by saying that. I just can't. And I thoroughly enjoyed sitting through that Scream film. And he did die, and I was like, oh,
No, I was upset. Yeah.
You're the WCW champion. But he died. But Dewey's dead. Films when people die, go on with it.
Yeah, I know. But did you see the new Halloween where they did the light tube spot?
No, that was not the new one. That was the one before.
Well, the new one's terrible. Fuck that film.
Yeah,
Shit.
I went to see where he goes to the meat grinder. Yeah,
Garbage. Absolutely terrible.
I went to see it the other week. Actually, like it's the first film I've seen it. I went to go see it the other week, and I was just happy I was slush puppy.
Did you enjoy it at all? No.
Just sitting there, I was like, no one did a suplex, no one did an arm drag.
That's what I like about you, man. Is like you're so much focused on wrestling. That's the same with me. Like I'm just focused on wrestling everything. I want everything to be like wrestling all the time. Exactly.
No, it was shit.
It was terrible. It was garbage. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was what it was, but I didn't enjoy it.
Did you ever watch?
I don't enjoy many things.
Did you ever watch The Wrestler?
Yeah, depressing. The Wrestler came out when I was like 15.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I was like 15 that came out, and everyone was like, "Well, this is what you do when you're live." Well,
yeah. It's a good film though. It's a good film.
It's a beautiful film, but like, I haven't watched it. I've maybe watched it twice in my life when I was like 15.
I've seen it once. I've seen it once when it came out, and that was it. I was like, okay.
It's beautifully done, and I appreciate it shows like the struggles we go through.
Yeah.
But I think it showed.
It's quite depressing.
A
Yeah.
bit too much.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But like, I don't know, like it's a great reality. Like, people will be privileged now, business, to have them struggles, like, because it gets a lot worse than that.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Trying to think what other good films. I don't know.
That's cool.
I'm not a film guy.
That's good. That's what I mean. Is like, I always try to ask you, but
as far
you.
as music, I like emo, like really shit emo music. I don't know, like Penknife Love Life are one of my favourite bands that no one will heard of. Days and Days are one of my favourite bands that no one will heard of.
That's what I mean though. It's like when you say them, people look them up though. That's the thing. That's what I always. That's what I got from like.
This podcast that would listen.
no. But the thing is, like,
listen to this podcast if they are.
Like it's gonna make me sound like in like 2005. There was like a video up on it was some sort of CCW like best of like video, and there's a band called Moist Boys came up on that, and it was like Super Dragon was spinning around Ruckus like again and again, and
Super Dragon's one of my favourite wrestlers.
Super Dragon's amazing, but like that band Moist Boys, I would never have found them if it hadn't been for Deathmatch Wrestling. So it's like stuff like that.
I'm just like super nostalgic. It's like going to little MySpace like culture of like wrestling and music and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man, like life is a lot cooler back then.
Yep.
Like
when people used to run one show a month and it was alright.
Yeah. Well then you can't make a living on one show a month, can you?
Yeah, I know. But I remember like during the pandemic. I mean, I don't know how the pandemic was for you, but like
it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I loved it. I
got paid to move to the countryside and do fuck all for a year.
Me too, man.
Moved to the countryside. I went for a 10-mile walk one day and got sunburned. That was cool. Because I got paid to do it. It's funny. I watched loads of wrestling. Shitloads of wrestling. Like, all I did was watch wrestling and fucking crank it to fucking porno.
What sort of wrestling would you like pick to like watch? Because you like watch wrestling like, all the time. Like, what was your pick if you were gonna like pick anything?
It's like me saying to someone who's in the music industry what music you're gonna listen to. So, for instance, so I heard of Tommy Dreamer once, right? Mm-hmm. Watch one match every year. If it's a good match, if it's a bad match, if it's an okay match, just watch one match every day. So there'll be a day where I want to watch fucking IWA Deep South makes tits out themselves and fucking try to do something stupid. And then there'll be another day where I want to watch fucking like Yoshihiro Tajiri versus Super Crazy. And then there'll be another day where I want to watch The Rock versus John Cena. And then there'll be another day where I want to watch Mizawa versus Kawashi. Like, there'll be all, you know, it depends. It's emotions and oceans, you know. You know, it's very diverse.
Yeah, man. That's what wrestling's about. That's what wrestling's about. It's meant to be diverse. It's meant to be this all-encompassing thing where you can watch anything you want and you can get anything you want out of it. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point.
Right. Yeah, that's the best thing I can ever say about wrestling. It's subjective. I'm trying to think of the match I watched today. Oh, Pac versus Doug Williams from 3CW and all those shitty like such from like 2000 or something. It was terrible. But it was great at the same time.
Thing is, it's like you will have like I only really got into like when Power Slam was around and shit when I was younger. I knew what like FWA was like. What's his name? The guy Shane.
Alex Shane. Yeah.
Alex Shane. Yeah. Anyway, and then it was on PW, and then they're Carino Abyss, barbed wire, blah blah blah. Anyway, but like you'll have a lot. You have a lot. Were you front row? You say?
No, I wasn't front row.
No.
I was sat on the stand.
Stand side. Oh my god.
It's the same seat I was where I was coming out with or nothing.
But those sort of things, like I would say from Power Slam, like I didn't have any sort of other grasp of what British wrestling was, and that's how I found out about like Paul Burchill and things like that and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I in my opinion, looking back, well, not for me personally, but to someone my age when I got in, I'd say maybe getting a bit later because I started training super young. But I'd maybe say start training at 16, 14. But it did make a difference to me, man. I fucking loved wrestling anyway, so. It's been my whole adult life.
yeah,
Generally, has. Like, there's been parts where like I'm dismissive of it, and you get interested in girls and music and lifestyle and circumstance and stuff like that. And that's probably hindered me at points, but like, for the most part, it's an addiction I can say that I'm not unproud of having.
no, yeah, me either, man. A lot of my friends and shit when I was younger, they all dipped off the WWF train roundabout after the invasion and shit, and then.
But now the WWF's cool as fuck, right? I haven't seen too much of it, but like, from what I've heard, WWF's sick right now. Like the WWE, like
Vince McMahon and.
Well, it's a different world right now.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
when we were kids, you have to like fucking tune in every week and watch it and like buy the VHSs and shit. Now it's you see it on Instagram, it's called instant gratification. We live in a world of instant gratification. For instance, you didn't have to buy that Nick Cage Invitational to see Big Joe go barefoot into that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's instant gratification. You don't know what he did in that match. You saw, oh, these are the 3 spots. Oh, that's wrestling.
I know. I feel like that's a. I feel like in a way that's a detriment to it because like you're already seeing all the spots all the time.
It's like if you're in a band and people only listen to the chorus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But what meaning does the chorus have without the rest of the song?
Yeah, exactly. But it's Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all this shit. It's
But Scotland's a hotbed of wrestling. Did you ever go to the ICW shows or no?
Yeah, I did. I went to both the sellouts at the Hydro. Yeah, where Grado came out and everything. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's the one where we wrestled Drew.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
I can't remember the name.
ICW was so hot. I remember being, what was this? Was like when I was first time, someone was going to be like, that.
Yeah, it was like 215 to like 217. It was like the biggest thing in the UK, easy.
I remember being like super young, being like maybe like 19. I used to work this shitty job where I'd work night shift. I'd walk home every Thursday and like have was it called Worldwide? They put on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I remember it was Veronica Strange and that Billy Kirkwood presented with like the matches like Virgil Devitt versus Wolfgang from the garage and stuff like that. I remember just watching on my phone walking home, and it was like a 2 mile walk as well. It used to be like
one of the best things of all time. Like genuinely, like at that time when they were selling at the Hydro and shit, it was insane.
Well, them old garage days, just before it peaked, kind of.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not good anymore, but you know, just like back then.
Yeah.
Like it was the best.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. It's like Sunday when I'm going to the show is in the garage.
Yeah.
So
I remember seeing was it BT Gun versus Jester where like
that's
BT was pouring and like came up the balcony and stuff. But they're doing that again, right?
Yeah, that's on Sunday. That's on Sunday.
Jester's always been nice to me.
I've never ever spoken to Jester. I've spoken to BT Gun a couple of times.
He's a scary guy.
But I mean, like,
Scary
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should speak to him or speak to him about anything. I don't know. Who knows?
Scary guy. Always been nice to me, but he's a scary guy.
Well, that's always been my thing in wrestling. Is like everybody's always been like, more or less, been nice to me. So it's like, be alright. But I mean, Sunday as well. It's like I got my fucking logo on the Rise ring as well. I was pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah. And like, from what I understand, there's gonna be like a brand new Games of Death canvas this year.
Oh, they can't be doing that already. Oh my god, they're just trying to make money. Just trying to make money now.
Yeah, but you'll be able to get that out of it, like.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Games of should be well. They'll use the ICW shows and stuff at least. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah. I'll be fine.
ICW gonna fly their cameras over.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what are they gonna do for the chains? Are they just leaving that up to the Outlaws, or?
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen that weekend. It's gonna be cramped because pretty much every day is sold out now.
It's gonna be so busy, man. It's gonna be like ridiculously busy in Niagara. It's gonna be horrible. But at the same time, it's gonna be good.
Like, my favourite matches happen in venues I hate. And it's not because of, like, being in the ring. It's because of being backstage and getting to the ring and stuff like. So, like, Temple of Boom, I've had my best matches ever. Like, me and Clint, me and Joe, stuff like that. But, like, from the backstage getting to it, it's like, Temple of Boom is by far the worst. And it's just down now. We had, like, just hang out outside to the music and stuff.
Really?
And oh, yeah, like, have you ever seen any of the Temple of Boom shows?
I've seen them. I don't know that the backstage was just outside.
Oh no, it isn't. It's a dressing room, but you have to make your entrance. You have to like pretty much walk through the smoking area to get in. Man, it's fucking crazy. But then Temple of Boom shows was something else, man. Like, it's one of the things at the time you're going through the motions. You don't really think about it too much. But looking back, man, they were fucking insane. Like how we got away with what we got away with is fucking ridiculous. And the same with the Iowa kind of thing, like, it's fucking horrible being in that little tiny dressing room when they come out and have to come downstairs, but once you're there, it's fine.
It's such a small venue, man, like, but it's amazing at the same time.
Yeah, I kind of, like, I attribute to, like, going to, like, an intimate gig. Like, it's cool, you know, like, sometimes the best gigs happen when it's a small venue, right?
And then we're up to the fucking warehouse again on Sunday, so.
Yeah.
Which is nice as well. I mean, I thought it was alright.
Yeah, it is nice. Like, the backstage is great and stuff. Like, you got to try very well there. So, what's your favourite bands?
Mine? Fucking hell. I spent my 18 till I was 27 following a band around called The Fall. A band from Manchester.
Maybe heard of them.
It's basically
like indie. You know indie, right?
Yeah.
They're a bit like them, or am I?
It was more or less just a guy in his 60s shouting and ranting and raving over the top of a band who's like 20-year-old playing like really good music, and he's like round about like shouting and screaming. There were a lot of times where he wouldn't be on stage; he'd just wander off and wouldn't come on and stuff like that.
No, I love shit like that. Like, I love
great, man.
I love G's Young.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Just the ideology of G's Young, like. When I was a kid, my favourite bands were like Marilyn Manson and the Murdals and stuff. When I was a kid, I'm on about like being like a young kid, like 10 years old, like too young to listen to the Murdals and Marilyn Manson.
I always say that my favourite Marilyn Manson song was The Dope Show.
Oh.
I was into Marilyn Manson shit when I was younger, and I was into Slipknot.
It's been the theme to a lot of Rise nights, that.
Is it? The Dope Show? Oh my god. That's another thing that.
Is that what you will?
Thing is, it's like
over the road an Avenged Sevenfold t-shirt. I hate that band. Hate Avenged Sevenfold. Fucking hate it. Hate that fucking metal. I hate metal.
I don't mind.
What is that? I hate that.
I don't mind like some of it, but I mean like the Fall were like the Fall to me were like a different thing. Like I went and saw them for. I went.
My girlfriend used to like Avenged Sevenfold. Fuck them.
The
Fall, though. I will check out the Fall.
Man, honestly, listen to their stuff from 2008 to 2017. Other than that, I saw them 44 times.
At the moment is like just checking in like Midwest emo mixtapes and like listening to these like random like garage bands from like
you know, I used to.
I thought I was gonna go to the King of the Deathmatches to the Midwest, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna
go to that. Yeah, oh man, what was the name of that band? I used to. All my friends used to like this band. I used to give them shit for it. And it was what were they called? The Lost Prophets. And
they're from Wales, right?
Yeah, and but like
right?
yeah, but like all my friends like really big friends, like big fans.
I had a friend who was like a huge fan of them.
Yeah, but like I remember like they all put, there was like a song called like Last Summer or something.
Last Train Home or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. And I remember like they used to put that on all the time, and I used to hate it. And then I remember when he came out, it was like a big massive paedophile. And then I used to put it on purposely, and I was like, oh yeah, remember that? Remember you're all big friends? Remember you're all big fans of him? Bah.
I remember it was like
terrible.
17-year-old and we were playing at Leeds Festival on like the main stage. My one friend Richard, he's like the best guy. And I remember him just losing his mind. Like he had like one of them Megalods t-shirts on. That's how like the most band of it. Like your shitty friend, your top hand being your Megalod.
Oh my god.
And I remember him just fucking lose his mind. Like it's his favorite band doing it, and he came up
yeah.
and beat him.
That's what made it good though, is because it was like some of my friends' favourite bands as well. They're like always go and see them, and I was like, oh, by the way, you know he's a paedophile, and then I purposely like put them on.
My favourite ever band probably is the band called Caden. You've heard of Caden, right?
Yeah.
Like this shit emo band. Apparently loads of stuff's came out about the lead singer about it, and it's like, but fuck it, like I don't know. I'm not in this sex circle.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's like, how's it your fault? It's like it takes it back to like, if I'm gonna watch Chris Benoit against Kurt Angle at Backlash 2000,
I understand why.
Yeah, exactly.
Put him on a pedestal on a national level.
Yeah.
But how is it affecting you appreciating what he did? Because when he was having them matches with Kurt Angle WrestleMania, he hadn't killed someone.
No, exactly.
So like, fuck it, like, you know.
If you're gonna watch Chris Benoit and ECW against Stone Cold Scorpio and shit, like, it's fine.
Stone Cold Scorpio is one of my favorite wrestlers. Fucking how underrated is Stone Cold Scorpio?
Did you see that thing that's been brought up? It's starting
big cock. Apparently has a cock down to his
well, I've seen. I will say that though. I will say that as a kayfabe commentaries is the best fucking thing of all time. That they were fucking awesome. They did all the Sandman interviews and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I have
such funny Sandman and Raven stories.
I would say Raven's in my top like 4 favourite wrestlers of all time.
So when I was like 14,
yeah,
I was training at a promotion called WZW, which is like the unsung hero of British wrestling. WZW, like it was so good. It's where Iceman and all that came from. And I was putting the ring. They had a show with like Raven in the main event. That was a big draw in Middlesbrough Town Hall. But the deal of the show is like Sandman was also on that tour. But no one was supposed to know that, and Sandman was supposed to do the big run for the main event. Like,
do the big.
Sandman on that some money. The door's open. Sandman sat selling money.
Don't fucks the spot, yeah.
Drinking, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing that. He's fucking boozing. He's boozing. Intermission happens. He's selling loads of merch. It was like, well, fucking Sandman's here. That's all right. Fucking like, and then over the road from Middlesbrough Town Hall, it used to be. It's not Ragamuffins. What you call them? Oh, they sell cheap cocktails. It's one of my favourite places to go.
Slug and lettuce?
No, not a slug and lettuce.
Witherspoons?
It'll come to me. Like 2-for-1 cocktails, they're great. Anyway, it used to be a walkabout. And somebody just fucks off after intermission. There's 2 matches, then some inmates doing this running. And Raven comes up to all these young boys settling, and he's like, hey, where's that? Where's that? And someone just goes, oh, he's went to walkabout over the road. And Raven's just like, fucking heck? He always goes walkabout. When the fuck she went walkabout at? When the fuck she went? They're kicking him. And then, like, some fucking 14-year-old trainee had to go and, like...
Go get a Sandman back from a bar.
Hit two people with a kendo and, like, pose themselves in front.
That's brilliant.
Tremendous.
Oh my god, man. Oh. Well, that's what I was going to say, though, is, like, GCW are doing a show in, like, December something, and it's... Medio Extremo, Siglope, one
I
team.
want to get them guys CK.
I'd love to see, oh my god.
I want to get them guys CK. I love to wrestle them. Because I'm really obsessed with Lucha, like the Lucha style wrestling. I love to wrestle them.
Do you like all the junk?
I tell you what, I'd love to wrestle. I'd love to wrestle in Zone 23.
I reviewed one of their last shows on whenever it was.
Wrestle, like a good guy though. I don't want to wrestle on them bad bags.
Oh no! But like genuinely though, it was like a match. It was like 8-man tag or 6-man tag or something. I had no idea who anybody was.
I'd love to do one on Zone 23.
Oh yeah, but it's I mean it's like I reviewed a match like Zone 23. And it was like a 6-man match, and no idea who anybody was, and it was literally one of the best death matches I've seen in a long time. Suplexes and shooting star presses out the ring, and I was like, this is insane.
That's the shit I love. That's the
yeah,
shit
man, it was great. It was really good. But that's what I'm saying though, it's like in GCW.
So we went from Middlesbrough Town Hall
to
23.
That's what I'm saying, but like in like 2 weeks, the Sandman is coming back, and he's tagging with Too Cold Scorpio against Los Macizos and the Second Gear Crew in a 3-person tag thing.
So one of my best friends is Saxon Oxley, Jamie, one of my best friends in the world, who's been WWE doing all that shit. And the thing he sends me all the time is that one night stand intro from the Sandman.
Yes,
and
brilliant.
He says, for them 3 minutes, the Sandman is the greatest wrestler that's
yes,
ever lived.
I would 100% agree. 100% agree.
He's a guy that's like hung out with Shawn Michaels and shit, and a bunch and stuff like that. But them 3 minutes, the Sandman was the greatest wrestler that's ever lived. Like when that was on pay-per-view, when that, them 3
I watched that live when I was like fucking, I don't know, 14, 15 or something. Yeah, 100%, man. It was the great. But that's what I'm saying. The Sandman's back. The Sandman's tagging with Too Cold Scorpio against Los Macizos in the second game.
In 2020?
Yeah,
You're fucking kidding me.
Genuinely. Genuinely.
Like, I don't know who Los Macizos are. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Los Macizos is Medio Extremo and Siglope. So it's Medio Extremo and
you should have said the Mexicans.
yeah, well, I mean the Mexicans. No, but I mean like it's them against Second Gear Crew against the Sandman and Too Cold Scorpio.
That's the match I've been see.
And it's in
I've never seen anyone do as smooth the moonsault leg drop. Never seen anyone do it other than Scorpio. And there's no way of doing it without. And Scorpio's a heavy set guy.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen that way he does like the twisty boy where he kills the guy like sitting on the face?
Yeah.
Like,
he doesn't sit in them as much as Yokozuna used to sit on people's faces. Jesus Christ.
Yokozuna's one of my favourite wrestlers.
Yes, I know. That's
fucking loved Yokozuna.
That's why I brought it up. I love
all that shit.
Oh man, Jane,
Is it because you see me in the Yokozuna t-shirt?
Yes, that's fine.
The reason I was wearing that Yokozuna t-shirt is because an old All-Star t-shirt I got Danny Douglas.
Thing is though, man, it's like I don't know if you've ever watched them. I would 100% shout them out for everything that they're fucking worth. Is OSW Review. OSW Review are the best fucking podcast.
Guys, yeah, funny guys.
Fucking, I go to sleep to their podcast. I put them in my ears to go to sleep. I don't know if that's a big or a bad thing.
Serial killer podcast to go to sleep to.
Well, I mean that's fine, but like but man, they went through like the Hulk Hogan era. They went through the fucking Lex Luger era, 1993, 94. Oh man. It's so good. It's so good, man.
Like, the thing is, like, that's the beauty of wrestling in the day we live in, where you can go back and at the touch of a button, you can like, we have an IWTV subscription. I use Big Joe's High Spots subscription. I have WWE Network subscription. Everything I want to have my doorstep with them three. Yet to have 700 DVDs in my spare room. Like, wrestling's beautiful because it's you can go back and watch your stuff. It's like, who has all that? Like, what artist has all that? You know. I really want to get into vinyl, even though I don't like music
God.
too much.
No, don't stop. Don't do that.
Do you feel the same?
I mean, like, I've got vinyls of, like, bands I like, but, like...
See, so I want to do the same, because I don't even listen to music anymore. I can't tell you what.
Yeah, the thing is like, I've got a vinyl, I've got a vinyl of a band I like that's just silent, out of purpose, because it's taking the piss.
So it's just white noise?
Yes, no, it's not, it's just nothing. It's great.
So I'm quite good friends with a band from Wales called The Nightmares.
Okay.
And like the guy from Aiden puts them over with Aiden, puts them over and stuff like that. And they sent me like a vinyl of their like, shit and, like,
I mean like vinyls are awesome, but like I've got loads of them, but like I never ever like used them for anything.
Like Misfits vinyls and shit like that.
Oh,
so I really like the Misfits. Like the Misfits are like probably one of my favorite bands ever.
Yeah.
Misfits are like the Smiths a bunch. Like I'm huge into the Smiths and stuff
And
like
the
that.
Smiths.
Like,
Oh no, I don't like the Smiths. I don't like the Smiths.
No, I quite like the Smiths. You have to understand, like I come from like the fucking boozy northeast town.
Ah,
like,
okay.
Fucking, like, so Smiths
Any Motorhead? No.
No man, I don't like metal.
Motorhead's not metal, I guess, and Motorhead's more just thrash shite.
No, I'll tell you what band I hate, Municipal Waste. Fuck them.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, you don't need me. The
thing is now you've said them, you put them over, I'll look them up.
Nah, fuck them. If you listen, don't buy my t-shirts.
I do have one of your t-shirts as well, it's hanging over there.
Nah, that's a cool t-shirt.
But I know, but like I was in one of your t-shirts to work the other day, and somebody was...
I've done them up. I need to get new design. I've done. I just got new gear for the. I've got new gear for the. IWA. I want to wear different gear every day. So
oh man, I'm fucking buzzing for that. Like,
that's gonna be insane. I'm like, I don't know, but fuck it. I want to do anything. I want to fucking do the TNT Deathmatch someone. I want to do fucking this, that. But I don't want to oversaturate it. But, you know,
oh man.